And let's not forget the impact of pop culture. Now, pop culture has had a field day with these theories, from TV shows like The X-Files to movies like Close Encounters of the Third Kind. The idea of extraterrestrial meddling in human affairs has been a plot line thicker than a bowl of oatmeal. And of course, Charles Berlich's 1974 book, The Bermuda Triangle, really threw gasoline on the fire of public fascination, turning the triangle into a poster child for mysterious disappearances. You see, Hollywood has always been on the lookout for a good story. It quickly latched onto the triangle's eerie tales. Movies started popping up with ghost ships aimlessly drifting in its waters, planes disappearing without a trace, and yes, some alien encounters, 'cause why not? This mysterious region has certainly caught the imagination of filmmakers, leading to a whole slew of movies that explore the depths. The Bermuda Depths, from 1978. Now, there's a film that really delves into the mystery soup of the Bermuda Triangle. It's a story of a man tangled up in a quest to uncover the truth about his father's vanishing act in Bermuda. Along the way, he bumps into supernatural beings, an old flame, and believe it or not, a rather ominous sea turtle. This film, I tell you, it's not your run-of-the-mill Bermuda Triangle tale. It weaves together fantasy and science fiction with kind of an eerie legend that makes the triangle famous, or infamous, depending on how you look at it. The movie goes at kind of a leisurely pace, almost like it's floating through a dream, which really amps up the mysterious vibe, creating this whole atmosphere of wonder and a touch of suspense as it delves into the triangle's unexplained phenomena. Now, the plot might twist and turn more than a pretzel at times, making you wonder if you need a map just to follow along, but it offers a pretty imaginative spin on the whole Bermuda Triangle lore. For those who have a taste for supernatural mysteries and undersea adventures, this film is definitely one to watch. Then, there's a little gem called the Bermuda Triangle, wrapping up all the mystique of the late 1970s. It's a family adventure story, believe it or not, about a family who stumbles upon an uncharted island smack dab in the middle of the triangle during a leisurely boat trip. As you might guess, it isn't long before they start encountering all sorts of unexplained occurrences and mysterious disappearances, really capturing that classic eerie vibe of the triangle. This movie is really a product of its time. The special effects and maybe even the storytelling might feel a little bit dated to us now. It's kind of like looking back at your old high school yearbook photos. But in spite of that, the film still manages to be a little bit of fun. It's an imaginative romp through the enduring legend of the triangle. Then there's The Triangle, a 2001 made-for-TV science fiction thriller directed by Louis Teague. This one takes a bit of a detour from your typical Bermuda Triangle story. Despite what the title might suggest, we're not dealing with lost ships and downed planes. No, this one throws us a little bit of a curveball, starring Luke Perry and Hollywood heavyweight Dan Cortez. Yeah. The film ropes in a group of documentary filmmakers determined to bust the myths of the Bermuda Triangle wide open. But, as you might imagine, things don't go to plan. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Instead of just wandering through the fog of maritime legends, these filmmakers find themselves stuck in a time loop. That's right, they keep experiencing the same events over and over, which is enough to make anyone reconsider their career choices. The Triangle really spices up the Bermuda Triangle legend by mixing in elements of science fiction and horror. It toys with the idea that the Triangle isn't just a patch of ocean. It's the nexus of time and space where reality isn't just bent, it's twisted into pretzels. The Bermuda Tentacles. Now, there's a title that pretty much tells you what you're in for. This 2014 made-for-TV science fiction flick takes a swing at the Bermuda Triangle mystery, but let me tell you, it swings with a rather imaginative bat. Directed by Nick Lyon and starring Linda Hamilton. This film throws a U.S. Navy fleet into the infamous triangle for what's supposed to be a routine training exercise. But, as you might guess, things go south pretty quickly. Just when you think it's another day at sea, a massive electromagnetic storm hits. And it's not just bringing rain and lightning, no. It unleashes a swarm of giant tentacled sea creatures. And these aren't your friendly neighborhood octopuses. These guys are out to wreak havoc on the fleet. So as you can imagine, chaos erupts. The Navy finds itself fighting a two-front war, one against these sea monsters and the other against the mysterious forces of the Bermuda Triangle itself. The Bermuda Tentacles really dives deep into the creature feature genre, using the Bermuda Triangle not just as a setting but as a launch pad for thrills that are, frankly, a little cheesy. While the film does nod to the Triangle legend, it pretty much throws reality overboard with the introduction of its tentacled antagonists. It embraces its B-movie heart with gusto, serving up action, suspense, and a generous helping of campy fun. The Bermuda Tentacles offers a wildly entertaining, if somewhat absurd, twist on the Triangle tale. Probably the best of the bunch, Triangle. Yes, another one called Triangle. A 2009 psychological thriller directed by Christopher Smith. This one really takes on a different tack when it comes to the Bermuda Triangle. Forget the usual spooky sea tales and ghost ships. This movie twists the triangle into a backdrop for a mind-bending story about time loops and the ripple effects of our choices. Starring Melissa George in a great performance as Jess, the film drops us into a seemingly typical boating trip that hits a snag. Quite a big one, actually, when a storm leaves them stranded right in the notorious Bermuda Triangle. They stumble upon an abandoned ocean liner, which seems like a lucky break, but as they soon find out, they might have been better off just braving the storm. Triangle is a real brain twister of a thriller that knits the Bermuda Triangle myth right into its complex narrative. Instead of leaning on supernatural gimmicks or maritime monsters, the film dives deep into the psychological and existential horror of being caught in an unending loop of events. In a film that plays with your perception of time, choice, and fate, offering a fresh and thought-provoking take on the age-old Bermuda Triangle legend. With suspense that keeps you on the edge of your seat and a plot that keeps you guessing right up to the last frame, Triangle stands out as a distinctly intellectual and thrilling take on the Bermuda Triangle mystery. For anyone intrigued by the Bermuda Triangle or just a good psychological puzzle, this film is a must-watch. It's one of those movies that doesn't just entertain, but leaves you thinking about it long after the credits roll. The enigma of the Bermuda Triangle has provided fertile ground for filmmakers over the years. Its allure and mystique have birthed a myriad of cinematic interpretations, ranging from time distortions and supernatural phenomena to intense survival dramas. These films, in capturing the essence of the Bermuda Triangle, remind us of the world's enduring mysteries that continue to captivate and mystify. Perhaps it's our love of the unknown. Remember when old maps had those ominous warnings, "Here be dragons" over uncharted waters? Well, the Bermuda Triangle is kind of like today's version of that. It's our modern-day map monster, a reminder of the mysteries that still lie just beyond our understanding.